Okay, we have a 2014 Nissan Altima. We're just going to do a walkthrough of what active test and functions the Autel MS906TS has on this car. So we're auto IDing 2014 Altima. It's the SV series. It's got navigation, auto heat and air, so it's pretty optioned out. So what we got here, of course, we got vehicle profile, which is basically the same screen that we just saw. Tells you a little bit about the car. That's going to be for programming keys. I've got the car running because it's hot out, so I don't want to turn it off. So this would step you through on programming keys with this tool. I'm not sure what kind of coding. Okay, so this is coding for replacing if you had to replace the ECU. So it apparently allows you to do that. Hot function is a quick way to get to commonly used items. Oil reset, electronic parking brake, tire pressure monitor. There's programming keys again, which is what that NATS also does. We'll see if there's anything different on this screen going through the hot functions. And there's the programming key screen and fob. Of course, this particular car doesn't have an actual key. It's push button start. You just got to have the fob in proximity. So you'd be able to go through there and program a key or a fob in this case. So you got that. And you got 2 pages on this particular car. Trans adaptation. If you put a transmission in a lot of cars nowadays, you got to do a adaptation process to basically marry the transmission with the engine and get it to shift right and all that. So there's the option under hot function. So now we'll go into diagnose. Of course, auto scan. It's going to scan every module on the car. And then when you go into this particular page here, you manually get to pick what modules you go into. So of course, engine's obviously a very important one. ECU information, that's going to have software and the part number of the ECU. So if you just happen to do anything with the ECU, you can get the part number and software that it's got. Of course, read codes, you know what that is. Erase codes, live data. We're not going to go through that. Basically, all we're interested in on this particular walkthrough is active test and special functions. These are the 2 options that a lot of scanners don't have. So if you buy just your typical, $200, $300 scanner from AutoZone or Harbor Freight or whatever, you're not going to have these right here. You'll have your live data on a $200 or $300 scanner. You'll be able to erase codes, read the codes. You're probably not going to have ECU information. So these higher end scanners, they allow you to bidirectionally control things. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on active test, go through what pages to let you see what options you've got here. That way, if you're thinking of getting a scanner, if you work on a lot of Nissans or any other vehicles that I've done these walkthroughs on, you kind of get an idea of what kind of bidirectional functions you've got at your disposal with this particular scanner. So basically, if you needed to ops check the cooling fan, you can actually turn it on and off with this scan tool. And that's basically what that would do. A lot of these would have, I'll go ahead and click on cooling fan. It's going to open up to numerous other things. A lot of times, not every time. I mean, looks like it's got about another 7 pages worth of things just under cooling fan. Okay. I mean, a lot of this, and I think this might even be an Autel screw up in this particular case, because a lot of this stuff doesn't have anything to do with the cooling fan. So why it was under cooling fan is kind of weird. Cooling fan on off. You can, if you notice, there's your on off. You can run it low, medium, or high, or turn it off. So that way you can ops check the cooling fan. And there's the other active test. Remember, this is active test right here. And then we'll go into special functions. Looks like we got 2 pages of special functions. Various other tests that can be done. Idle relearn. Writing data for replacing a CPU. Misfire VIN registration. A lot of times on a lot of cars, if you have to replace the instrument cluster or certain other modules, you have to register the VIN to those modules. Okay, so that was under engine. We're going to go to transmission. Again, same things up there. We're going to go to active test. Now under transmission, you've got one option here, CVT oil cooler fan circuit. Now we'll go special functions. Just kind of give you an idea of what that's got. If you're a Nissan mechanic, you're probably more familiar with this than what I am. ABS. You know, a lot of your scanners, lower end scanners, $200-300 scanners and under, you know, isn't going to give you anything for ABS. You know, so your higher end scanners obviously give you access to that. So this is under active test, under ABS. So, you know, you can check your right front, left front, right rear, left rear, sensors, your ABS motor. Here's your special functions. Adjustment of the steering angle sensor, the G sensor calibration. Airbag. A lot of scanners don't give you airbag information. If you get in a wreck and there's a airbag deployment, you generally have to reset the module whenever you put a new airbag in. Not 100% sure what this particular option here does, but occupant sensor unit, okay. And I don't see where there's an option on here for Nissan to reset an airbag module. So maybe on a Nissan you don't have to do that, or you can't do it. Maybe you just got to replace the module. I'm not sure on that. Most of the other vehicles that you see the ABS special functions on under airbag, it actually is so that you can one of the functions is so you can reset the ABS module or the airbag module. There's your active test for checking your thermometer and whatnot under meter. I'm not sure what M&A stands for. I'm not sure what this one is, but we'll click it. Okay, no active test or special functions under whatever that is. Body control module. Of course, all these are going to have your live data, your erase codes, your check trouble codes, and generally your ECU information. So here's your active test under body control module. 2 pages. And so under hot functions, where I went to the key programming, this is where, if I was to click that, you'd see those same options there. And the reason I clicked this is already under BCM, so whenever you see BCM again, generally it's going to have other options. So obviously you see special functions here. That was under BCM here. HVAC. HVAC test, not sure on a Nissan what all that's going to do. A lot of times, yeah, it has a few options there. 2 pages worth of different things that you can check. Yeah, special functions. Okay. HVAC multi AV. I'm not sure what AV is. Okay, no active test or special functions there. Okay, we got active test. I'm not sure exactly what module we're in, but apparently it has something to do with the horn, the wiper, motor, fan, external lamps. These are active test. No special functions under that. I'm not sure what IPDM E/R is. Auto drive position. Okay. Whenever it says this, device unable to communicate with control unit, obviously the control unit is either dead or it's not here. It's not an option that this car has. So in most cases, it's an option that the car doesn't have. So if you know for a fact that the car has or should have that control module and you're getting this, that means that module's dead and it can't communicate with it. Okay. Whoop. Okay, active test, special functions. And a lot of your Nissans are going to have these similar things. If this was a Nissan Titan, it's going to have, for this same year model, year range, all your Nissans are going to have similar active tests and special functions. Same with all the other vehicles. So just because this is a Altima doesn't necessarily mean that what you're seeing here is specific to this car. You might have the same type options as far as special functions and active test on a Titan that you do on this vehicle. A Titan might have more or less, and vice versa. Okay, and I think we hit the end of it. So that should give you an idea of what to expect on a Nissan 2014 Nissan Altima with one of these Autel scan tools. And just for fun, we'll go ahead and hit auto scan so you can kind of see how fast it goes through the scanning procedure. and we'll take a look at that fault. We'll see what that engine fault is whenever we're done. Some cars it's a little quicker to scan through than other cars. Usually takes about a minute or two. Okay, 100%. As soon as that one's done. Okay. Now you can do a report. Let me show you what that does. That gives you a report of everything that it just found. Okay, communication circuit, lost communication with BCM. And they might have had some work done on this vehicle. USB overcurrent. So I don't really see anything. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick erase, make sure nothing just pops right back, and then if they stay gone, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't know the history of this car, what they've had done to it, but okay, transmission has got a hard fault, so let's see what the transmission fault is. Read codes. Lost communication with BCMA. Okay. That might be why. The engine is running. Let me go ahead and kill it. We'll see if it'll erase. Alright. They might have had some work done to it that, had something unplugged or whatever that set some of those. Anyway, Autel MS906TS on a Nissan Altima 2014 model. That's all I got. You guys take care.